So I was reminded today about the importance of just community, about love and acceptance in a church community, and how that can really have a positive impact in somebody's faith journey. So I got to preach today. I'm not a senior minister, so I don't preach every Sunday, but I got to preach today. It's New Year's Day. Of course, you know, the non-senior minister is definitely going to preach on New Year's Day. But my senior minister walked into my office after this the service, and we were just talking about the sermon and that. Well, there's these kids that always come and hang out in my office after church. They're second and fourth graders. They love to get into my snacks and love to eat all my candy and whatever else. But they love just coming in and we just chit chat and joke around and whatever. And I love the fact that they just do that, because I was always felt like I could never walk back into the minister's office. Like that was like sacred space, and you'd be really special to walk back there. And I never wanted to do that to kids. I was wanting to feel like they could just walk back and walk in and hang out. And I actually really love that. I mean, I am a youth minister, so I naturally like working around and being around kids. But as we were talking about this sermon, one of the kids is like, "Oh my God, they're talking about adult stuff. It's so boring." And I'm like, didn't you listen to the sermon? And she's like, "No, I didn't listen to the sermon. I don't ever listen to the sermon." I'm like, "What do you think I'm doing up there this whole time? You were not listening to me. I mean, you're gonna come to eat my snacks. You're not gonna listen to me. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Just giving her a hard time." And but it's a lot of fun. And but it reminded me, for them, how unimportant me nailing the sermon is, or boy, how unimportant me nailing the Bible study is, or boy, you better have the context of that verse right. That's not important to them. What's important to them is to feel loved and accepted and to feel part of this community. And it reminded me of when I was a kid, when I was their age, when I was 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. I went to a pretty conservative church, a Presbyterian church, in a very rural area of Indiana. And I usually went by myself. My mom would kind of make me go at times, but she got turned away from the church for some reason. There was some disagreements in there, but she still wanted me to go and get that kind of foundation. And so I would go. I don't remember a lick of what anybody taught me ever in church growing up. I remember nothing. I remember no sermons, no Bible studies. What I do remember is two things. I remember the smell of the church, which old churches, they have that distinct moldy old smell. I don't know what it is. And the smell of potlucks. Man, that church used to just do potlucks like crazy. I feel like I can still smell that at times. Like it's ingrained in my brain. But what also is ingrained is the way in which the women of the church would allow me to come back in the kitchen and to sneak snacks. Yes, I went to that kind of conservative church where the women cooked and the men didn't. So, but they'd let me come back there where nobody else was allowed to do some taste tests and sneak some snacks. And I just remember feeling so loved and welcomed as a part of that group when I was there kind of on my own. And sometimes for people to start to establish a foundation of faith, where it begins is to feel loved and accepted and a part of the community. I got that reminder today.